Governor Gavin Newsom unveils his $291 billion budget today, announcing at the same time, though, a budget deficit of $38 billion.
It's a big chunk. So how does he plan to cut the balance cut the budget and balance that budget? CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live from San Diego Unified School Board headquarters with a closer look at what the governor had to say today. Kelly?
Well, that's right. Because public education makes up the largest share of state spending, a lot of people worried that there would be some major cuts to education. However, the governor didn't talk about any major cuts to education today. Instead, he says he wants to pull from the state's reserve funds.
All of this uncertainty happened because we experienced something we've never experienced in modern history in the state. We didn't collect taxes in April of last year. Why is there
And so that is what he blames some of the $38 billion budget shortfall on, a delay in collecting taxes, which ended up resulting in less tax revenue than expected. Now, on top of that, high inflation, a tough housing market, a stock market downturn. Now, to balance the budget, the governor is proposing cuts in climate programs and state housing programs, as well as cutting back on some funding for school facilities and student housing. But again, the bulk of his plan to make up for that budget deficit is he wants to tap into the state's reserve funds. He also wants to delay $260 million for cities and counties to prevent and end homelessness, and instead push that spending to next year. Regarding health care, last year he signed legislation to boost workers' pay to $25 an hour with increases set to start June 1st. He's now asking lawmakers to add a so-called trigger requirement to say the increases are subject to how much state money is available. So some difficult choices to make in all of this. The governor closed with this today.
But there's people that literally have been talking down this economy, and yet it continues to just dominate the globe. And so we're just a little more optimistic than all the naysayers.
Now, keep in mind in all of this, the governor's proposal is just that. It is a proposal. A lot of this has to be hashed out in Sacramento, so a lot could still change. Now, even though it appears that public education was spared, Poway Unified School District, we received a statement from them today saying that, they applaud that aspect of it, but the cost of living continues to rise and the COVID relief fund is running out. So some school districts across the state are certainly going to be faced with some difficult decisions. Heather and Marcella.
Kelly, what's the timeline on all of this? When must lawmakers pass this budget?
So the budget must be passed by June 15th. The governor must have it signed before the end of June. In the background, though, of all of this, it is an election year for many lawmakers, so getting anything passed could be more difficult this year than usual.
All right, we'll be following it closely. The budget has to get balanced somehow.